Okay, starting in 1, 2, 3. This is only my second time streaming. So please allow for a few little mistakes and errors and little pauses right here and there. Hi, my name is Baine. Hello, my lovelies, and thank you for joining me. I hope I corrected a whole lot of the nonsense I did before. Okay, and it's very early, so I'm eating a little bit. Okay, we're writing a bit today. Continuing from the last scene, I promise I have it edited and up this week. Surreal Blue Rogue Agent is my story. It's about Audrianna. She's a rogue agent, and you will know that by reading the first arc of the series. The first book is called Do or Die. The second book is called And the Heart Grows Fonder. There's Love So Menacing and Love So Wicked. Those are the books in the series. I added Love So Wicked. It added Love So Wicked to the series that is available on Amazon. It Kindle Unlimited. To get to Love So Wicked, you would see at the end that it is technically about the end of the cocaine trade. Audrianna took over for her father, who is incapacitated at the moment. That's a long story that I haven't. I'm going to be revealing in this chapter, in this story, Soundstage. Right now, I don't know the it's the echo cancellation in my mic isn't really working. It's supposed to get rid of echo, but I'm still hearing the echo. So I'm not sure how to deal with that. The story as it goes is that Audrianna is the security head chief security of the organization, which is the current version, or I guess you could, of the Knights Templar. I think I'm not revealing that. I don't think I've revealed that in the storyline yet. But you kind of get the gist of it as you go along. One thing that they're working on right now, they've just found a way to get rid of cocaine. So they're implementing it, and that's the story so far. But that is not what you're reading. It's a romance, and it's a paranormal romance. It's also a mystery. So that is coming up. So see you. Yes, we got something great and live in this episode. So it's very early. I'm having my coffee, and the what I'm writing right now is a scene between Audrianna and Ashok. Now, I know that the Ashok is Native American. However, I know that they don't. He's a part of the tribe that, growing up, you would have been introduced to them as the Apache tribe, but they don't refer to themselves as the Apache. They refer to themselves as, I believe, the people. Yeah. So I've been kind of stalling on writing this passage because, sorry, it's part of my daughter. I always think of her as an emotional support pet. Okay, one, two, three. Yeah, I'm giving them bread, pieces of bread. Don't tell my sister. She saw me giving them any bread. So, what can I tell you? Ashok, his first introduction to him within the series is that he's a bit harsh. And what this interaction between Audrianna and Ashok right now, you can see he's got a playful side, and he is Audriana's. He was her betrothed before she married Victor. Well, I know I'm writing it, but I like to see the transition he makes from harsh, hey, this harsh person, yeah, this harsh person who you can't 100% relate to this guy who suddenly he's just, I have to say, overjoyed, and his feeling for Audriana that he had in the past is suddenly coming to light. And you can see them there with their interaction, how they, how I guess they will. I really, really, really love this character. He is, what's the best way to thing to say? He is the dimension he is from. Okay, so in the last episode of the Baine Live, and this is episode 2, I typed up the meeting. Once you're reading the story as it goes along in Soundstage, you would get the once you read along, you would get the true meaning this of this scene that I'm typing up here. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Soundstage for me, when I started conceptualizing it, it'll be like more of a horror. I was going to do some other story to try to get in the horror writing mood, because there is some sort of fear element to shifters, werewolves, vampires. Yes, I know in paranormal romance we fantasize about the characters, the male shifters, and the um. I love Nalini Singh and Christine Fian, yes, but but Jawa, there is a type of fear factor goes into it, and I'm not a horror person. I don't like zombies. Yes, I'm watching The Last of Us. I love Pedro Pascal. I love his work, and I love the show. I love. I loved The Last of Us. I wasn't so much into it back in like the 90s or the 2000s when it was first around, but I heard about it and I enjoyed it. Back then there wasn't like YouTube to say that you can go and watch clips of the gameplay, but I did watch a lot of tech TV and things like that, and I liked what I saw of the series. So as soon as they said that they were doing Last of Us, I knew what The Last of Us was. I haven't watched The Walking Dead. I'm trying to get myself to watch it. I know I would be watching Renfield because I love the comedies, but um, and that looks like it's going to have a really cool, like romantic edge with Renfield and who is it? That Asian actress. Um, no, I'd like to pull up something here and look for it. Renfield. Is anybody here watching that movie, John Wick, Chapter 4? I can't believe that they came out and revealed so early that they they killed off the character. I can't believe they actually killed off the character. Okay. Ah yes, Aquafina. It seems to be that there's going to be a romance between her and Renfield. I hope. I hope this doesn't turn into a. Remember, I think it was Jet Li and Aaliyah in that film, and they never even kiss. But I know that things have changed. Anyway, as far as diversity in film is concerned, I know that things have changed. Okay. Okay. All right. So we okay. Yeah, so I plugged in a keyboard. I thought that it's a desktop keyboard. I thought it would make things go faster, but it's not coming on. Hold on. Okay. Just hang tight for a few seconds, and it was on before, so hang tight for a few seconds. Yeah, I don't think I could use the main camera today. This light is too close and it's only getting in the way. Okay. All right. So in this scene, Ashok takes, well, he did in the last scene take her to a remote location where he has located someone that would be able to get her to who she wants. Now, I haven't really revealed the name of the person that she's looking for. When you read Soundstage, you'll get all the information from there when it goes up. Now, what happens is that I spoke about this before when it comes to writing some messages sitting there. Or the joke about episode one of live stream, my first live stream, is that um my nephew had knocked on the door. I went to take a look at it after sitting here for so long to type up something. And while he came in and we were talking, I started to type, and the initial part of me starting to type after waiting for so long, sitting waiting to type is hardly there. So I'm gonna make sure to be on screen when I start to type. Right. Okay, so he is basically, once you read Soundstage, you get to know that he is the only one. That he is the only one who can locate the person for her. And they're not really, well, how can I put this? You know, in this shot, you're not seeing the light above, but when I go to the shot, the in-camera shot, that's when you're seeing it. Okay, so let me see if I could lower this. No, I cannot. Okay, anyway, unless you're really watching me on big TV, maybe that will be an issue. Okay, so I've had an idea to do this for a while. I don't believe I mentioned it before, but it's because of Ed Sheeran, and I thought to actually do it. And I started to see, though, even though I had the idea from before, other writers start to do it online as well. But they're doing it more as a teaching kind of way. I don't know if it's possible for me to teach literature. Alright, then. I don't see myself doing that. Now, a great writer advised that it's best for you to write when you're tired and sleepy, and I guess the idea behind that is that your mind is more fluid and you're more in a dreamy state, so you can get better ideas that way. You're not restricted, you don't get yourself caught up in a box, because when you're alert and you're really thinking about writing and what you're writing, you're just so focused, you don't want to make any mistakes. And you, especially me, because of my condition, I spoke about it before, I have MS. That has kept me back so long from writing, and not just writing but other things in life. You're worried that you're going to be looked at a certain way, you're not going to be able to do it. Every time I go back to go to the doctors, when you go to the healthcare system, you meet up with a different doctor almost all the time, and they look as if you have MS, they look as if you're on your deathbed. So I, for me, it matters to me that I'm alert. All right. Hold on, I hear something. I just want to let some people know that not to knock on this door. Right, that did not take too long. Okay, so where was I? Oh yes, I like to be alert when I type. I I'm aware that there's a slight echo. There I am not 100% sure how to get rid of it. I'm using software that is supposed to get rid of the echo, but that part of the software is not coming up. I'm using a tuner mic, and it's Naha mic companion, and there is a part there, so I'm not sure how to do it. And now that I've started to use it and the mic is connected and everything, okay, so anyways, when I start to type, um I won't be will be speaking so much. But anyway, I like to be alert when I type. I like to be focused. I used to do certain things to get in that mode. I used to, writers do some stuff to get themselves like immersed in the scene, to block out everything. So I used to read the book I was reading at the time, mostly romance. Um, I would read, I guess, a page of an encyclopedia. I still have the World Encyclopedia, the two volumes, book one and two. That's really dictionary. And I'd listen. I'd have my own playlist I'd listen to, and then I start to write. But I don't do that anymore. No, I just decide, I just decide to write. But I think that though takes away from being able to get your mind in the zone part of it. The dogs are sleeping. And Taylor had a bit of an issue this week. Her nose was congested. And vet has her on Presidone. That's what we call it. The steroid treatment. Half a tablet. So I'm hoping that by the end of the treatment, it clears up. Yes, my doggy vomited on me on the way to the vet. It was real funny. It's funny, we had to pull to the side of the road. I was like, oh my gosh, you're gonna vomit. Right now she's sleeping. I don't disturb her. But she's just so cute. Anyway, what I'm gonna tell you is that yeah, I had to be focused. Now, like I said, I'm not so sure about horror scenes. I don't. When I go back to this scene, I know I'm going to have to look up what words are triggering for horror. Oh, and one of the dumb things that I did last time was that the words were too small for you all to read as I type. So I increased the size of the font. Okay, so I have a little bit of coffee. I don't have to late coffee drinker, like I said, but this is help me wake me up and keep me focused. Last week I said I was taking diazepam, which was I didn't even know when I was given it as Valium. And when I went back in my medical file, because I have documentation, because of my MS, I keep documentation going back years. I realized that I was prescribed diazepam back in 2018 when I was attacked by a co-worker. Not even considered a co-worker, someone I worked with only the second time. And I could tell that they were a little off, so I keep trying to stay away from them. And when they attacked me, I tried to veer off more than once in the direction, and they came and planted themselves right in front of me. I moved, and they came in front of me, and they came in front of me again. First they were yelling at me, then they were punching me in my face and strangling me. First time I've ever been in that type of situation. It was really scary. So the doctor prescribed for me diazepam. If I knew it was Valium, I can't say for sure I would have taken it. I had to wear a brace. My neck was like this, and the only way I could hold it up was like this. So the diazepam did work, as well as he kept on going to the health center getting my injections. Really, really, really helped. So the reason why I'm against taking Valium, and for a while the local hospitals didn't give you Valium, and there were complaints about that. I would hear complaints, but I know back in the day I used to take care of my grandfather when he was ill, along with what that's whenever the we had a nurse that would come in once in a while. Well, when the nurse couldn't come or my mom wasn't there and everything, I would take care of him, like dressing him, feeding him. I drew him once, charcoal drawing of my grandfather. Yeah, people always were asking me. Someone asked me once, no, the impression that people got, and I realized someone, how you try to draw a dead body. I'm like, no, that's my grandfather. He's just sleeping. So anyway, yes, mom was always has always complained to this day how Valium destroyed his mind. So if you do your research with Valium, you realize that once you're taking Valium over a long period of time, it does affect your brain and your thinking. That was only for that time I took Valium, and this time I was given a course of it for like 7 days. I tried to take it for 7 days to make myself take it because I am having the chest pains from the MS hug. Now I realize it's important to talk about the MS because a lot of times you won't, if for a person who might be having symptoms, they might not be aware of what is going on with them be unless they hear it from someone else. It's only from talking to someone else I realized that I was getting MS hug, and I realized most likely what I'm going through is a relapse. Right now I'm trying to get some time off through vacation leave and trying to give me hell for it, but fingers crossed I will get through because I really don't. I've always tried to take time off whenever I'm having relapses, and this is something that it's different for everyone, but it feels as if it's shooting right through your chest, front and back. I can't explain it. And then sometimes you'll be just having twinges. In the beginning, when I felt it, it felt like I was having a heart attack. It subsided, but it's like a prolonged experience. What I mean to say is that it wasn't that one time. Now it's like a ebb and flow of the pain getting intense to lessening and longer lasting, meaning that it's an everyday thing now. But it's not feeling like a heart attack every day. And it's sort of different. So you feel like a twinge or a sharp pain. And like I said, sometimes it feels as if it's going straight through my back to my front, and I just like someone stabbing me right through my chest. So it's different for everyone. So if you have certain symptoms to do with MS and you're feeling that, then that's a MS hug. Okay, that's what they call it. I didn't name it that. I will name it a hug. The funny thing is though, when I went to the doctor, I asked him for clonazepam, or clomopin. Anyway, that those are the drugs. They're in the same class of drugs, but Valium lasts longer in your system. It lasts for days, and months later you can test your hair and the Valium would show up. Clonazepam, I believe, is less time. There's even one with less than less and less. So, um, and so that is the idea behind it. So I got a doctor to finally prescribe clonazepam, and I'm taking that. I'm self-medicating a quarter once in a while I'm home. I am hoping to get vacation leave so that I can take it on a regular basis and that it won't affect me. I won't feel woozy and dizzy in the office. Other than that, well, like I said, I find that when you have MS, you have to look at stuff for yourself. Even if, like they're saying now, where women are concerned, you have to advocate for yourself as far as the medical is concerned, where medications and everything, what the doctors is concerned, what the healthcare system is concerned. They dismiss a lot of your symptoms and stuff and whatever you want to do and stuff like that. The diazepam, like I said, let me mention this, it did work, but I understand why in the healthcare system for a long time they would not give you Valium because it's bad for your brain. And another nonsense thing that happens in the local healthcare system in Trinidad, doctors don't really prescribe for you modafinil or Mondelez. Those are the drugs that improve your brain, your thinking, and your focus. I looked for stuff online In fact, when I first self-diagnosed myself, there was um, there was a lot of pushback from the healthcare system to get, because it's a free healthcare system. There's a lot of pushback and nonsense that was going on. I'd reach for an exam. I would register for a medical exam, maybe a CT scan, an MRI. I knew I needed an MRI. And then the person there would turn you away for some dumb reason or whatever was going on. There was a lot of nonsense. Now there's a unit within the healthcare system locally called quality, and I'm telling you, it's nearly always, it's not full, but there's always 4 or 5 people there having to go and make their complaints. Before a little time before that, there was a complaint, but I didn't get the impression that there was any way to change anything, to any get through anything. You have in this country, you have to write a letter to the minister of the who is in charge of whatever place or system. To I remember there was an issue for my boyfriend to get himself seen by, was it social welfare. There's little social welfare divisions. I know that I have MS, so I eventually, and I was going to do this before, go to social welfare to get some time off to stay home and just take a break and relax. I feel I want to do that after this job. I was going to do that before this job, but the opportunity came up. But this job turned out to be my Green Lantern, so I'm hoping that when it's done, I will take a break and focus on what I really have to do after this. I will explain you what I'm with Green Lantern. I'm already off the topics of what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm really supposed to be tapping on this. I really don't have the time to be doing anything else. But anyway, what I have to say is that yeah, you have to advocate for yourself, because I wanted the clonazepam and I didn't get it. And now I got it and I got the pushback. I had to save my money when I was working this little small fronting job. I had to save my money like for 3 months. Couldn't spend my money for 3 months. I told my mom, "Mom, I had to save my money to go get some other thing," because I learned the way I learned that the healthcare system, for years I would do without the medication. The only way I learned that the healthcare system had the medication, because I always do my research online. I came across a medical forum. I can't remember the website, but someone from Trinidad and Tobago was complaining that they were changing the medication in the system to, I guess, what it is now. And I've learned that the medication that we take is now old medication. But anyway, it was a medication from before and they didn't like it, and so I can't remember what he exactly said or whatever I guess he was reaching out to other people who were in the same kind of predicament. But when you're dealing with the healthcare system, it's free, they say you can't complain. Anyway, I want to get the pills. There's the pill form and then there's the injections. I've been trying for the longest while to get the pills, but it's like I said, they don't take you on. But what is it? What is it? Oh yeah. So that was the way I found out that the local healthcare system had the medication. So I saved my money. I went to get MRI done outside the healthcare system, well, privately, so I could take the results and bring it back into the local healthcare system. That was years later that I had actually self-diagnosed myself with MS. Once you know the relative signs of MS, like, or had like heard stories about it, like I knew at the time, back in the mid 2000s, early 2000s, that J.K. Rowling's mother had MS, and she would speak about it and stuff. And so there's different persons over the years would talk about these kind of symptoms and things like that. So I knew I had something akin to MS, or maybe close to ALS. So Went to get tested, and lo and behold, it was MS. This is like 8, 9, 10, 11. It's like 7 or 8 years after I self-diagnosed myself. I was getting through it, getting the medication. Um, I don't know why it is that, well, in between that time, I was searching for anything and everything that was on the internet to help me with my MS. Yeah, I would find these illicit pharmacies online, even regular pharmacies that I needed a prescription for, to get a doctor prescribe something and get it from abroad. So right now I realize there's modafinil available on Amazon. I'm going to try to get the group I'm in to put pressure on the local doctors to start prescribing that, because it will help. There's a lot of persons within the group who are doing studies and exams, and they can't get access to these. There are let's face it, they're life-saving drugs, because you need to be able to, it will help you focus and to do studies and work and things like that. And just vitamins in these kind of situations, supplements don't always help. Right now I'm taking Prevagen and a lot of those brain boosting drug supplements that you see selling, but they're over the counter. You can't be so sure. Coffee helps to help you with your focus, but like, anyway, so in this story, Ashook is supposed to be helping Audrianna find this guy. So early on, I mentioned his name, but to me, I'm gonna leave that as a nickname, because to me, his name it wasn't as sinister as I'd like it to be. So once I release Soundstage, I'm hoping that it is a really good sinister name. To give you an idea, right now Ashook is Ashook, but Ashook back in 1998, when I was writing this book by hand, it was called Dragonwood, and I was actually writing Dragonwood before I wrote Surreal Blue Rogue Agent. And it wasn't a paranormal romance, it was a romance. And Ashook was always head of Dragonwood, but he was like, Dragonwood was like a castle. Right now, it's almost it's a area within a dimension, big and diverse as long, and now he is an Apache. Before he was Native American, but I didn't have anything concerning the idea behind him. He was another character. Oh, and his name was Mannix. I believe I was a Mannix from a TV show, and that's where I got the idea. Okay, but now this is it. Now he's Ashook. I have no idea if Ashook is a traditional Apache name, the people name. Hi. You wanna go outside? Okay, so pick up. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm gonna go and do those parts that I talk about my MS. I'm gonna put it in a separate part when I'm editing, so that I don't know, it could be remain like um I'm gonna create this little part where persons could hear more about multiple sclerosis. I think it helps me a lot when I see people like Christina Applegate and other persons who are popular in society, who famous reveal that they have MS and they're dealing with it and how they cope with it and stuff. Especially during the pandemic, there were lots of persons who were coming out saying that, oh, I have MS and to please vaccinate. That was kind of cool because I knew people who were not getting vaccinated and I was just be tight-lipped. I harassed my sister and my mom and try to get them to get vaccinated and get my nephew to get urge them to get my nephew vaccinated. But there's this whole side of my family that's not vaccinated that I wouldn't get into the middle of harassing them. I wouldn't harass somebody I don't know about it. And it's really sad. Well, my family lost, and I knew the stalwart of the family, the uncle who was in his 90s who passed on from this. I know he's in his 90s, but it's from this he passed on from. And his granddaughter and the granddaughter's baby. Really sad. Passed on from getting COVID. So a long time ago, I want to urge people to get vaccinated because I didn't want to get in the middle of that conversation. And don't know why I'm bringing it up here, but please get yourself vaccinated. I know that is a bit late. So many people have passed on. Just really sad. Anyway, this is sort of adding a procrastination kind of feel to it, and I only wanted to spend like 20 minutes typing. I know I can't really assess, but let's get this done. I don't have any. I realize that. 2 minutes. Hi. Yes, that was my mom. She'd like to have some Vaseline, and I don't have any. I don't really use it. I use Panadol Ultra, and she doesn't want that. Okay, yeah, I'm not making any corrections. I'll just keep it back. Sorry, you went to sleep. Okay. I'm trying not to use let's so much because I can't remember if it was with the apostrophe S or if it's regular S. 1 second. Hey, so thanks for joining me. Sorry for having to cut the writing portion of this episode so short. I'll see you continue this either tomorrow morning or this afternoon. So subscribe and you'll get to see when next I'll be on. Alright, so thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you will have a lovely day and enjoy your life. Bye.